All right, so we decided we're going to do the fill in the traits first. So we have our blank evolutionary tree. We have all of our taxa up here. We have little notches for where our characteristics or our evolutionary traits go. Okay, so we look at this, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to figure out where all of our traits go. So which dash corresponds to which trait. Okay, as you said, you were suggesting that we look at the one that is shared by the most of them. So which trait is shared by most of them?
Chloroplast.
Chloroplasts are. Good. So the chloroplast, every single one has a chloroplast. So where should I put that trait at?
The bottom.
Down at the bottom. If I put chloroplast down here, that means that everything after this point, because remember, down here, this is the past, and go ahead and write this on your paper. Down here, that's the past. Up here, that's the present. And so anything, as we go from past to present, anything that passes through that has a chloroplast. And so every single one of these taxa, every single one of these species has a chloroplast. So therefore, chloroplasts needs to go down there at the bottom. Chloroplast, 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 chloroplasts. Okay, so we took care of that trait. Okay, now what I suggest you do then is you work your way up. So what trait is going to go here, and why is it going to go there? Multicellular, yes. Multicellular is going to go there. And why does it go there?
Because it's the next most common trait.
It's the next most common trait. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the species has that trait. So look, as we go here, oh, chloroplasts evolved. Keep going toward the present. Oh, multicellular evolves. Oh, it splits, but still, anything after this point is multicellular. And 1, 2, 3, 4 different taxa are past that point. And so it matches up exactly with the table here. All right, so I have chloroplast taken care of, and I have multicellular taken care of. Next. Grows. Oh, grows greater than 10 centimeters? Yes, greater than 10 centimeters because 1, 2, 3 of them have that trait. I'm just going to put greater than 10 centimeters here because save a little time. Greater than 10 centimeters, 1, 2, 3 of them have that trait, and 1, 2, 3 of them are greater than 10 centimeters. All right, that's taken care of. Next one, seeds. Put seeds here, and 1, 2 of them have seeds. That's where seeds go. 1, 2 of them have seeds, and then the last one only has cones. So that took care of all 6 of my traits. So if you want to do traits first, that's how you should do this. Any questions? Okay. Yes.
Didn't there used to be flowering on this?
Yes, there used to be in the example that we did from the textbook, it did have flowers on it, but we want to make it so that every single one has only one correct answer. So we got rid of one of the characteristics here. That way every single thing can only go in one place.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not going to match up exactly with the previous version of this that you guys made. Because we want only one answer here. So that when we grade it, we're grading everybody the same. We don't make any mistakes. Or we lessen the likelihood of making those mistakes. Teachers are people too. We make mistakes all the time. Yeah. Yes, you can you can hole punch this, put this in your notebook if you want to be able to use it on any open note things. That's fine. All right, so now we need to start putting in our species, our taxa. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to look, start in the past. Okay, this one evolves chloroplasts. Does it evolve anything else? No. So we go to our chart. Which one has chloroplasts and nothing else? Alga. So the alga or algae, they go there, right? Because they only have chloroplasts as we go from past to present. Okay. All right, next one. Chloroplasts and multicellular, but nothing else. What goes there? Moss, right? Multicellular chloroplasts. Moss goes there. Okay, you going? Okay. Next one. Chloroplasts, multicellular, and greater than 10 centimeters, but nothing else. What goes there? Fern. Okay. Next one. Chloroplast, multicellular, greater than 10 centimeters, seeds, but nothing else. Flowering plant. And next one, Chloroplast, multicellular, greater than 10 centimeters, seeds, cones, conifer. First period also did the same thing. They did traits first. If traits first works for you, that's fine. If you want to, just be careful. Whatever ones share the most recent ancestor, you can flip-flop them very easily. So make sure that the one that you want goes with the trait that you want. Okay, so really quickly, because you get to use this on Open Note things, what's this part right here called?
No,
The root. The root of the tree. The root is where the past is, the most ancient part of the evolutionary tree. What are these things called here?
nodes.
Yeah, these are all nodes. Here's a node. Here's a node. Everywhere, node. Okay, and I purposefully said this about 1 million times. These individual species up here are referred to as taxa. Good. Okay.
Why are they called that?
You know what? It's because of taxonomy, which means like grouping, and basically it means like groups, I think. I'm not good with my Latin or Greek. So, and then this part here, this whole thing, is a branch. Okay? So this whole thing is a branch. So this whole thing makes up an evolutionary tree or a phylogenetic tree. One more thing before we move on. Nodes, what do those nodes represent? Common ancestor. Good job, everybody. Okay, so you're going to be given a table like this, and you're going to be expected to fill out this evolutionary tree, and then you're going to be asked questions on these trees, such as what trait evolved first? You're going to answer? What trait evolved first?
Chloroplast, and are we supposed when we get it, are we supposed to label node, branch, taxa?
If you want to, you can, but sometimes we'll tell you. Read the instructions. Okay, we'll tell you when you need to. Please read the instructions. I could ask you a question like, based on this, who is more closely related? The alga and the fern, or the moss and the flowering plant?
Alga.
So we go alga and fern, we go down, we go alga and fern. Alga and fern, here's their common ancestor. Moss and flowering plant, we go down, here's the moss and the flowering plant's common ancestor. Who is more closely related? The alga and the fern, or the moss and the flowering plant? No, the moss and the flowering plant. The moss and the flowering plant, their ancestor is here, okay? And the alga and the fern's ancestor is here. This one is more recent, so they are more closely related, okay? Don't forget, on tests and quizzes, and even on homework assignments, grab a highlighter before you take it. That way you can kind of trace different lineages, right? Figure out when speciation occurred, all right? I'll post this up on YouTube so you guys can review it if you want to. And then you get to use anything physical on that Open Note quest on Monday. All right.